10th plus 2 ஒவ்வொரு ஆண்டும் தொடர்ந்து மாநில அளவில் பல சாதனைகளை புரிந்து வரும் நாமக்கல் குறிஞ்சி கல்வி நிறுவனங்களில் CBSE பாடத்திட்டத்தில் சீனியர் செகண்டரி பள்ளியாக தரம் உயர்த்தப்பட்டு IIT நீட் தேர்வுகளுக்கு பல வெற்றியாளர்களை உருவாக்கிய ஆசிரியர்களை முழு நேர ஆசிரியர்களாக பணியமர்த்தப்பட்டு தினம்தோறும் வகுப்புகள் நடைபெறும்.
குறிஞ்சி எஜுகேஷனல் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் காவேட்டிப்பட்டி நாமக்கல். Admission in progress. CBSE KG to 12 contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12 contact 9344567484. For online admission log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Dear students, today we are going to discuss modal verbs. In the last class we discussed tenses in elaborate manner. So I have discussed and I have taught you in part 6. So I have divided the classes into part 6 and I have taught you the tenses in clear manner. Okay, so I hope you understood that particular topic. Today we are going to enter into another grammar topic, that is modal verbs. There are 9 modal verbs. They are. So how many modal verbs we have? 9. Okay, so they are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would and must. So how many modal verbs we have? Totally we have 9 modal verbs. Okay. So what are they? Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would and must. Okay. So these are all very very important modal verbs, and we have also another name for this, that is modal auxiliaries. So modal auxiliaries will consist of modal verbs and semi-modal verbs. Okay. So we have 9 modal verbs and 4 semi-modal verbs that we will deal in the next class. Okay. Now in elaborate manner we are going to discuss these modal verbs. First one, can. So here all the modal verbs are used with the verb. Okay, so that is a present form of the verb, and we cannot use can alone itself. Okay, so there will not be any meaning if you use only can. Okay, so if there is another, there should be a present form of the verb, that is a verb 1 after this can. Okay, then only the sentence will be meaningful in the all the modal verbs. Okay, let us discuss the usage. First one, ability. I can speak English. Now here I can speak English refers to ability. So whenever you are going to refer to ability, your capacity, you can use can. So I can speak English. I can lift 100 kg. Okay, I can help you. Okay, these are all abilities, referring to abilities. Next, permission. What is this permission? Okay, asking permission. Can I go to the library? So you are asking permission to your equal age or below your age. You should not ask this particular sentence to your senior or to your authorities. Okay, because it is not in the polite manner. So whenever you ask permission using can, you must ask only to your junior or to your equal age or to your friends. Only you can use. So can I go to the library? Next usage is request. So when you are requesting to your junior or equal age, you can use this can. So can you wait a moment, please? Can you wait a moment, please? So you are asking another person to wait for a moment. Okay. So for your request you can use, but you have to be very careful when you are using this can. You must remember that you can use to your friends or below your age or your juniors. Next usage is offer. I can lend you my pen. Okay, offer means what? You are offering something. Okay, so I can lend you my pen. I can give you my books. Okay, so you are offering okay, something, so that you can use in can. So what are the usages of can? That is ability, permission, request and offer. For ability, what is the sentence we use? I can speak English. Next, what is the sentence we use for permission? Can I go to the library? Can I go to the market? Can I play a game? So these are all asking permission. Can I have a 10 minutes break? So these are all asking permission using can. You must remember always this you have to use only to your equal age friends or juniors. Next is request. Can you please can you wait a moment please? Can you please pass the salt? Okay, can you please give me some food? These are all a request. Okay, so whenever you want to request, you can use can. And always you remember after can there should be present form of the verb. Okay, so you see here speak is a present form of the verb, that is V1, verb 1. Go is also present form of the verb, that is V1. And wait, okay, this is in question form. Wait is also present form, and can, after can we have present form. So in all these 9 modal verbs, after that we must use only present form of the verb. Okay, you remember. So next, what is the sentence we used for offer? I can lend you my pen. Second, we are going to see could. Okay, so in could, what are the usages? Let us discuss. Ability. So I have written in the bracket past. So why it is a past? Because here can is the past tense of could. So when you want to use this ability in present form, that is I can speak English, you can go for can. If you want to say the same sentence in past tense, that is the ability, you can use I could speak English. Okay. Next, polite request. What is this polite request and request? That is a more kind, a more humbleness. Okay, asking request in a more humble manner. That is a polite request. So there is a more different, okay, much difference between can and could when you use this request. Because here request is just a request, that's all. But here when you use could, it is a more polite. Okay, so polite request. Could you wait a moment please? See, I have used the same sentence here for can as well as could. Now what is the difference here? When you use can you wait a moment please, which means you are asking to your friends and below your age and junior. Okay, it is not much polite, just it's a request. But when you are using this could and asking could you wait a moment please, which means it is more polite. You can use this could, this particular modal verbs, to your authorities or your seniors or your above age. Okay, so you can use this could for your authorities, teachers, parents, okay, elders. Okay, so when you use could for request, it is a more polite. Okay, so that is the difference between can and could. Okay, so these are the, and what are the similarities we have here? Ability. So ability is present, here ability is past. And what is the next similarity? That is a request. Here is just mere a request, and here it is a polite. Now what is the difference between can and could? That is can is present form, could is past form. Now let us move on to the third one, that is may. Okay, so what is the usage of may? Possibility. What is this possibility? That is the it may occur. Okay, so it may take place, there is a chance of happening, that is called possibility. So it may rain today. Just looking at the clouds, you are saying that there is a possibility to have rain today. So whenever there is a possibility, but you are not sure about it, maybe you are sure about 50-50 or 60 or 70%, but you are not sure about it, something sure about 100%. So when you are very much doubt about certain things, you can go for may. So it may rain today. Okay, for example, today is a result and you are expecting some out of 600, maybe I may score 590. So you are having a doubtful, there is a possibility of scoring 590 out of 600. So it is only possibility, doubtful. And may is also used for a suspect. See, almost this possibility is also like a suspect only. Okay. Next, permission, asking permission. So may go to the cinema. So when you are using this may, it is more polite than could and can. So we already saw could is more polite than can. Okay, it is more polite. Okay, and when you are using may, it is more polite than could and can. Okay, so this is very much important when you are asking a permission to your elders, authorities. It is very, very important to use may when you are asking permission. Okay, so may I go to the cinema? Okay, so may I go, if suppose you are asking to your parent, may I go to the cinema today? Okay, suppose you are asking, may I go out? May I come in? So these are all more polite. Okay, so you must use this may when you are asking permission to your elders and your seniors. So what did we discuss? What is the usage of may? That is a possibility. Okay, suspecting. And next one is permission. Okay, it is very, very important. Next one, fourth one, that is might. Might is also polite. Might is also possibility. So there is a difference between this possibility and this possibility. What is the difference? Let us discuss the example. The sky is overcast. It might rain today. So first, what is the difference between may and might? May is a present form and might is the past form. So might is the past form of may. That is one difference. And another difference is there is a difference in possibility. So here you see it may rain today. Just looking at the cloud, maybe some signs are there to have a rain today. But when you are using might, okay, so let us say it is a 60% of having rain today. But here the sky is overcast. What in the sky is overcast? Which means the sky is with the full of black clouds. Okay. So it is there is more possibility to have rain today. So whenever you are using might, which means let's say in percentage, possibility of raining today is a 60. And when you are using might, it is a 90% you have a possibility to have rain today because the sky is overcast. The sky is with the black clouds. Okay, it is a sign of having a rain. So what is a similarity? That is a possibility. And in the possibility, there is a percentage. There is a degree variation is there. Suppose let us say it is a 60 or 50. And when you have used this possibility, which means you have a 90. But please note that you do not have a 100% guarantee. Okay, which means 100% you cannot give it. Okay, it may happen. Both are possibility, but when you are using might, it is there is a more possibility to happen. Okay, now let us move on to the fifth one. That is shall. Shall is a modal verb used for futurity. That is the first one. Okay, next is suggestion. Okay, suggestion. Example for suggestion. Shall I carry your bag? Okay, shall we go to Ooty? Shall we go for a movie? Shall we have a cup of coffee? Okay, these are all asking suggestion to your friends or your parent, whatever may be. Okay, so whenever you are asking, you are saying a suggestion, you can go for shall. Asking, shall I carry your bag? Shall I have a cup of coffee? Shall I help you? So these are all asking suggestion. Okay, and next is the futurity. What is this futurity? Futurity means situation which may expected to happen in the future. So that's what we can use shall in the futurity. That is, we shall visit your home tomorrow. So, okay, so which means what? We are going to come to your home tomorrow. Okay, I shall gift you tomorrow. I shall gift you on your birthday. Okay, we shall celebrate your birthday tomorrow. So these are all futurity. It may happen in the future. So shall is specially used for futurity. Okay. And another one is suggestion. For suggestion we use shall I carry your bag, shall we go to movie, shall we watch a movie, or shall we have a cup of coffee. Oh, these are all. And for futurity we have we shall visit your home tomorrow, we shall celebrate your birthday tomorrow, okay, I shall gift you tomorrow. So these are all sentences used for modal verb, that is shall. Okay, let's move on to the sixth one. What is the sixth model? That is should. Okay, this is very important model. Okay, one is advice. Okay, whenever you want to give advice to your friends, okay, you can use this should. You should drive carefully on the highway. Okay, you should drive carefully on the highway. So you are telling your friends, friend, you should drive carefully on the highway. Okay, so you should be very careful while driving your car on the highway. So it is a advice. Okay, for example, your friend is so shabby with your hairstyle. You should have a haircut tomorrow. Okay, you should have haircut. Suppose you are advising your friend. Okay, you should not deposit invest, sorry, you should not invest more money on gold. Okay, because the price is rising today. Okay, you can't afford to buy gold in nowadays. So you are advising your friend, you should not invest money on gold. Okay, so these are all advice given to your friends. And next, you should write neatly. Suppose your friend is not writing neatly, you can advise your friend, you should write neatly on the notebook. Okay, so for this we use should. And next usage is obligation. Okay, what is the next usage? Obligation. What do you mean by obligation? Obligation means responsibility. It is your responsibility to do certain responsibilities. Okay, for example, you should switch off the lights when you leave the classroom. So it is your responsibility to switch off the lights when you leave the room. And you should bring your notebook tomorrow. It is your obligation. Okay, so when you go to school, you should take all the notes, whatever you have to take to your school. That is your responsibility. So obligation means responsibility. Okay, so what are the two usages? Very important usage. One is advice and another is obligation. Okay, so here for advice we used, you should drive carefully on the highway, you should have a haircut. Okay, these are all advice. Now here obligation is, you should switch off the lights when you leave the room. Okay, so this is the obligation. Okay, so we can also say, you should respect your elders, you should respect your teachers. So these are all obligations. You should go for work. So these are your responsibility. You should take care of your children. So these are all your obligations, your responsibility. So whenever you are talking about a responsibility, you can go for should. And you see in all the modal verbs, okay, in all the modal verbs you see here, we use present form of the verb. Okay, you see here present form of the verb, we use speak and wait. And you see rain. So we used modal verb, okay, rain. And here, sorry, not present form of the verb. So after modal verb, you must use present form of the verb. And you see here, go. And in might also we used here, you see, rain, might rain. So merely using modal verb, you will not have a meaning. Okay. So when you use present form of the verb after modal verb only, we can have a full meaning. Okay, so now you see carry, okay, visit. Okay, after that we have a present form of the verb. Okay, now let's move on to the seventh one, that is will. Will is very important. That is a prediction. Already I have written it, but prediction means what? It is understood, it is a future, that is something is going to happen in the future. Now let us see the usages of will. Wish, request, demand, order. So what are the usages? Wish, request, demand, order. Okay. So example, will you please shut the door? Okay, what is that? Will you please shut the door? Now it is a order, demand or order. Okay. So we use will for wish, request, demand and order, and there is an example, will you please shut the door? So now it is a what? You can say request, but since there is a please, you can go for only request. If it is not a please, you can go for demand. So will you shut the door, which means you can go for demand or order. Since the word please is there, you can go for request. Now prediction. What do you mean by prediction? Prediction means a situation which is expected to happen in the future. That is called prediction. Assumption. Assumption also same. Okay, same similar words. So I think it will rain on Friday. So your prediction, your assumption is that on Friday it may rain. So it is a not sure. Okay. Next usage is spontaneous decision. What is spontaneous decisions? That is a continuation. When you are talking to a person, you are taking a decision immediately. That is at the time of speaking, you are taking a decision. That is called a spontaneous decision. For example, can somebody take me to the hospital? Can somebody take me to the hospital? Immediately you are responding, spontaneously you are responding, I will. Okay, somebody is asking, can somebody take me to the hospital? And immediately you are responding to the person that I will. So such kind of situation you can go for will. So what are the usages of will? Wish, request, demand, order, prediction, assumption, spontaneous decision. Okay, now here also you see after will we use present form of the verb. Okay, shut. And here also you see rain. Okay, now here I will, here I will only is there, but the present form of the verb is not there, which means it is understood. What it has to come? I will take. Actually here it has to come, I will take. But it is understood. That's why we have written I will, which means I will take. Now let's move on to the eighth. What is the eighth modal verb? That is would. Wish, request. Okay. So these are the usages of would. And another very important one is would is the past tense of will. Okay. So wish and request. Let us discuss the example. Would you shut the door, please? Okay, so you are asking, you are requesting a person, would you shut the door, please? And also here another usage also you can say willingness. What is this willingness? I would like to have a Coke. I would like to have a cup of coffee. I would like to have a piece of cake. Suppose you are going to a restaurant, ordering the food. I would like to have a chicken biryani. So these are all expressing your willingness. Okay, so willingness means you are expressing your desire. So you go for wish or request, and the willingness also you can use. And another very important usage of would is habits in the past. So already I told you will is the past tense of would. Okay, that is one thing. Another, if you want to say a past situation which is habitual, okay, which is a regular in the past, you can go for would. That is sometimes he would bring me some flowers. Okay, sometimes he would bring me some flowers, which means sometime means what? Here the past tense. So who brings flowers? He. Okay, in the past he always brings flowers. So the action is over now, but you cannot bring it to present tense. But the action was very regular in the past. So if the action is regular in the past, you can bring this would. Okay, and also you can say I would play football during my college days. Okay, my grandmother would tell me stories during my childhood. These are all past tense regular actions. Okay, so all those usage you can bring in would. And last, that is the final one, that is the ninth one, must. Very important one, that is the usage is compulsion. So compulsory you have to do, there is no chance. Okay, I must go to the market today. So here you do not have provisions, you do not have things to cook. So there is a compulsion that I must go to the market today. And another, the soldiers must obey the order of the captain. So the soldiers must obey the order of the captain. There is no another go. You must, the soldiers must obey. There is no secondary choice. So when you are going to use must, which means there is no secondary choice, only one choice that you have to do or you have to follow. Now there is a difference between should and must. You must know this, okay? So when you are using must, let us say in a percentage wise, that is a compulsion. Must is 100%, okay? You must do it. There is no other go. Should is a 99 or 90. Okay, there is a choice of doing. Okay, so when you are using should, there is a choice of doing, and when you use must, you must do it. There is no another choice. There is 100% and it is a 90 to 99%. Okay, so these are the modal verbs. Okay, and we can also say many example here. Okay, for example, you have to submit the note tomorrow. That is the last date. Okay, you must submit your project note tomorrow. There is no another go. So which means you have to do it, no another go, and you can't escape from that. You do not have another choice. Okay, so these are the modal verbs. Okay, so how many modal verbs we have? We have 9 modal verbs. That is can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must. Okay, so always remember pair wise. Pair means what? 2 2. Suppose can, could are pair, you have to remember the rules and differences. May and might are pair. Shall, will, shall and should are pair. Will and would are pair. Okay, so always remember the rules in this way so that you can understand better. So I hope you have understood, and we will see the exercise on modal verbs in the next class. Thank you.